Hey guys, Andy here. So last year I lost a lot of weight and I'm not here to tell you it's all because of Huel, it's amazing, it's a miracle food. No. But it is all about creating a calorie deficit. So you exercise more and you carefully control what you eat, and those two things together mean you're going to lose weight. Now, when it comes to controlling the calorific intake, it's really useful to be able to be very specific about how many calories you eat, and that's what Huel lets you do. Up until now though, Huel has been kind of the cold version, a bit like a milkshake from their powder that you make, or maybe the pre-made bottle. But everybody likes hot food every now and then. And to be fair, it's only normally sort of one meal a day that I have Huel. But as I say, everybody likes a bit of a hot meal sometimes. So Huel have now released Hot and Savoury, which is what we're going to take a look at today. So before I go on, what I will say, if you're going to try Huel, please use my link in the video description down below, because you will get £10 off your order, and actually I'll get £10 off my order. I'm not going to lie, that's quite nice. So why would you use Huel though? Well, I've kind of answered it already by saying just that it is very easy to control your calories. I still, like a year on, I will weigh each scoop that goes in, so I know exactly how many grams and I know exactly how many calories, and you don't need to do that. You actually get very good at scoop, that's about 38 grams that is, and you'll be within 1 or 2 grams. So you don't need to weigh, you don't have to be that sort of anal, but I am. So yeah, it's just very simple, it's very easy, but also it's good for you. It's a good makeup of the different, so carbohydrates, fats, proteins and fibre. The Hot and Savoury works on a 38, 30, 25, 3% mix of those, so 38% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and yes, you want fat in your diet. There are good fats, shocker. And also, yeah, it's just easy. So, you know, I don't really do a lot of actual proper cooking. If I can just pour hot water into something, leave it for 4 or 5 minutes and then eat it, I'm kind of in favour of that. Especially actually, I mean, I'm sort of making jokes about it, but I was out yesterday, I cycled 58 miles or something yesterday, and when you get home, I want something nice and easy. I just want something simple. So if I can just mix something up and then drink it and that's my meal done, it is really quite handy actually. If we move on to how you actually make it then, I say it's nice and simple. Well, it really is. There's 2 different options for the Hot and Savoury. You can boil the kettle, pour 210 millilitres into the special container, which is microwave proof, and you leave that then for 5 minutes before consuming. Or you put 250 ml of water in with your powdered Huel mix. You microwave for 1.5 minutes with it covered. You stir it, cover it again, and microwave it for another minute, and then it's ready to go. I've tried both ways. I don't really think there's any difference. I mean, it's effectively the same product and it's just hot. So I don't think it matters how you get to that point. Either way works just fine. I'm going to try each of those 3 flavours. The 3 flavours being tomato and herb, Thai green curry, a bit spicy, and Mexican chili, also a bit spicy. And we'll start today with Mexican chili. Looking in the bag, it does just look like powders and raisins and grains, and there's maybe some bits of chili. It's a reasonable chili smell from it, but I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look massively enticing in its powder form. Not that it looks massively enticing in its completed form, but it's not about presentation in this case, thank goodness. So let's get cracking. So I've given it the required 5 minutes in its pot. Another benefit, I suppose, to this is I can slouch in my beanbag chair. So it's gone quite stodgy now. I'll give it another stir. You can see the steam rising from the container. And as I said, you're not eating this because it looks nice, because that's what it looks like. But I think it's surprisingly tasty. I don't think people ever believe me with my regular Huel when I'm drinking my kind of vanilla shake looking thing. They kind of go, oh no, is that your dinner or something? I really like it. Who wouldn't like a vanilla shake for their dinner? And actually this tastes really quite nice, I think. So you can kind of, the texture's a little odd, I suppose. There are some, you can sort of tell there's a little taste or feel the seeds and grains and pulse in there. And it's quite sort of, it is quite stodgy. This particular one, there is a little bit of a kick. Now I'm not really into hot, spicy foods, but this is fine. As I say, it's really quite tasty. So this evening is Thai green curry. It's actually been in the pot about 6 minutes now. It's got that Thai green curry smell, that's for sure. Don't know if I got a bit more water, but it seems a bit runnier than the Mexican chili. I mean, I can only put 250 ml in that measuring jug anyway. Measuring jug, measuring cup, pot, whatever. Like I say, if anything, it's sat a bit longer. So it is a runnier, it's like some sweet corn in there. Like I say, definite, unmistakable smell. Now, to own up, this is the second time I've had it. I wasn't a big fan the first time, if I'm honest. I shook the bag a lot more before. I did wonder, because it was very bland the first time I had it, and I do wonder if a lot of the powder had sat at the bottom or something and I hadn't stirred it up enough. And I think that might be the case, because it definitely wasn't spicy at all. Now this one is supposed to be, I don't know where it said, but maybe it was on the website, a kind of a 2 chilies for the heat. And the first time I had it wasn't really there. And there's definitely a little bit of spice in it this time. So there's a tip for you, just make sure, I mean, I'm shaking the bag upside down on its side, all around. And then when I've scooped, I'll make sure there's kind of powder in there, and there was. I think it's a bit smoother than the other one. There's not as much kind of seed type consistency. Well, yeah, definitely there's a bit of a spice to it this time. As I said before, you're not buying this because it looks nice. But actually, yeah, this one tastes quite nice too. Get us a thumbs up from me. So it's time for lunch, and today is tomato and herb, the final one. And again, possibly a little bit more water than the Mexican chili, and it's looking a bit runnier. Not that that's a problem. So this one is not spicy in any way. I mean, it smells tomatoey soupy, although there's a slightly earthy smell to it, I suppose. And again, a little seedy, but the seeds or grains or whatever they are, they're quite soft. So it's a little bit like a really posh tomato soup that you might get in a posh restaurant. It's got all those bits and pieces in it. But I mean, it's very nice, very like the others. I do think this and the chili are my favourites. I mean, definitely a strong tomato flavour. I think they've done a good job with that. I don't know, I'm not a very good food critic, if I'm honest. I don't know what else to say about it. It is slightly seedy and grainy and whatever, but lovely. It's not too strong. It's quite sort of, like I say, quite soft generally, although plenty of texture. And yeah, like I said, this and the Mexican chili are my two favourites, I would say. If you like something with a little bit of a kick, maybe the Mexican chili. I mean, you might like the green Thai curry. I didn't dislike it. I just think I would prefer, this is perhaps my favourite. So, onto kind of pricings and things. Each bag is about 7 servings, and you get 3 bags for £55. So that's 21 meals. So that's £2 whatever, £2.50ish, £2.55 or something like that per meal, effectively. But then if you subscribe, you get 10% off. And then if you use my link from the bottom, from the video description, you'll get £10 off your first order as well. So you can give it a go for, I think, about £40 for the 3 bags for 20 odd meals. So that's less than £2 a meal, which isn't too bad to try it. Maybe you can find someone else to try it with, and you split the costs and you share, you know, whatever, I don't know. But again, if you're trying to control the amount of calories you're eating, I think it's worthwhile. If you're just looking for an easy meal option, maybe not so much. I mean, not that they're bad, but there's probably easier to get hold of options. But because you can be so specific with the amount of calories you consume, and I think they taste nice and they're easy, and especially with the hot and savoury, you can just put the powder in, take the container with the powder wherever you're going, and wherever you're going, probably going to have a microwave or a kettle and a tap, and you can just make yourself a nice hot meal wherever you are, be it work, be it on a holiday somewhere, whatever. It's quite a good kind of emergency option in some ways. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you don't already subscribe, please do. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon.